Hopefully there is some very light Celeste music going on in the background. I guess we'll find out. This is probably not the best setup anyone's ever done to do an art stream with, but, this is the best I can do with the room that what I have. So my laptop is actually over on my left side, which is why you will see me bending down and looking down there, rather than actually looking at the painting, which I probably will try to do through most of the stream. Maybe put the music maybe up a little, just I want to see those bars moving a wee bit. So, alright. I guess let's get started. We'll find out if this is a thing that actually fucking matters to anybody. Hey, Pi, how's it going? Um, Hopefully this is coming through okay. Hey, buddy. So this right here. Wow, I am dropping some real frames, huh? I'm just gonna not stream myself and hope that helps. I don't really know what else to do to get those frames less dropped. I mean, other than obviously putting myself on a wire. But I don't really have a wire to put myself on. So hopefully everything is going okay. So, okay, all of that said, the idea behind this is I want to make something for my brother. My brother is a huge University of Georgia fan. So my idea is to do a acrylic pour on this top half, which I'll have to do later. But right now I'm trying to get the football field right. I think I've got the field itself fine, but Athens has these hedges, very well known for. So I want to try to get these as close as possible. So I'm going to pull up a reference on my phone, so I'm going to be doing some fan brushing today on this, and maybe a wee bit of crafting to try to get a shield here with, like, it's a banner, but they call it a shield with the UGA symbol on it. So I'm just going to pull up a pull up a visual of this for myself. Find a good one of the UGA field hedges. Yeah, this'll have to do. So, yeah, that's the thing that I'm going to be I don't know if you can get. There we go. That's the field at UGA. Has those hedges in a circle around it. So, yeah. I guess let's get started. Bought these fan brushes explicitly for this part, though. I imagine it can't help to have extra brushes. So, the first thing I want to do is, if you notice when you take a look at those hedges, when you look at them like straight on, there's some little black bits in there that differentiate it. As well, this part should probably be a little bit grayer than up here. We want this to be kind of bright. So I may make some darker green here with some burnt umber and green to try to get a bit of that as well. So that's the plan for tonight. Let's see here. I figure if I'm going to be painting a while, like a big ass tube of Liquitex acrylics is about $8, so it's a worthy purchase. As you can see here, last time I was painting, I used a fuckload of green to get all of this, so there's still green specks everywhere on this, but yeah. That really shouldn't matter that there's still specks on the paint board. So, let's go. We'll just dip this lightly into it. And... okay, so maybe a little bit more light on the fan brush. I do plan to go back over this once I'm done with some darker greens, so I'm not terribly worried if parts of it look a little bit awkward for now. You know, this is a learning curve like anything else when you're starting to learn, right? So I just want some random black splotches here to give that, you know, not these streaks that I keep accidentally doing. I mean, yeah, I might have eaten Bob Ross at some point, you know? Um, I certainly am not qualified to be anything close to Bob Ross. But you know, we're going to do some little bits up in here. Try to make this look like, you know, a fucking hedgewood. Like I said before, I'm going to get a little bit of a thicker fan after I'm done with this to go back over it with some darker green on these outside hedges. As well, I want to touch up some of this area up here. I know it's not going to be seen under the pour that I'm going to do this weekend, but, you know, it's still kind of there. So, yeah, I am just doing a horrible job of, I'm trying to hit this just very lightly, and, like, around here I'm kind of fine with the hits I did, though I kind of want to fill in a bit in some of these areas. But it's the places where it's splotching that I'm really not as happy with this, but that's the great thing about acrylics. If you don't like what you got the first time, just do it over. I find so far that acrylics are very forgiving. If you kind of have an idea of what you're doing, and Lady Goggles was so kind to give me a book on theory, and that has helped a lot for my understanding of how acrylics work, you know, what their history is, and I mean, I've watched a few YouTubers who do some painting. If you ever get a chance, Pushing Up Roses has an art stream. I've even bought a few of, not stream, but art videos she does sometimes. Mostly acrylic pours, which is probably the main reason I'm doing what I'm doing today, but that's like the type of art that I like the most is, you know, really abstract stuff. This thing right here, where I'm trying to actually give a feel to these hedges as a very real, authentic thing, is kind of outside of the zone that I normally like for art. I mean, though, when I was a lot younger, I used to do oil pastels a lot. So, you know, this isn't entirely new to me, but, you know, oil pastels obviously don't use brushes, acrylic paint, all of that stuff. Rather, it's all about blending technique. But, my hands got way too shaky as I got older for that. So, when I decided I'd get back into trying to do art, brushes sounded good, so I figured I'd give it a try, and if nothing else, I really liked a lot of the ideas that, oh god, I forget his name, Simon something, has been putting out into the art community. He's the one that does the blackest black, the purplest purple, the pinkest pink, all of that fun stuff. And actually, he's just opened a Kickstarter where he is turning absolutely any spray bottle you might find into, or any bottle you might find into a spray bottle with his conversion kit. It's supposed to work with absolutely any bottle, and you need to use like thin acrylics or oil paints or something along those lines to work with it. But so far, from what I've seen, it looks really cool. I've already put in my money down on that. So I'm really excited to see what sort of cool shit he eventually does with that. So, at a glance, I actually don't mind the way this looks so far. It's got a little shape. I'm hoping when I go back over it, I'll probably go a little thicker on some of the places where I accidentally brushed kind of hard. But with hedges, you do tend to have some areas that are a little bit thicker and some that are a little thinner. So it doesn't seem totally outside of the realm of possibility uh, for a hedge. So I'm gonna stick with that for now. I need to take one of these brushes. Um, Shoot, I don't have anything good for cleaning them. Uh, well, Joan, this place napkin is already kind of fucked up in the first place, so I'm gonna take one of these thick boys here. Clean them up a bit. This shit right here. This is a god saver. Brush cleaner and preserver. Um, it's amazing that I did two whole things already and didn't know that this existed beforehand, but it is an absolute godsend for getting paint out of your brushes, and especially my kind of brushing here is very I like doing very solid cover colors with a lot of build up in places. So I do go pretty heavy on the paint. I like seeing where all of that buildup goes. So it's basically to clean off a brush. I've got some mineral oil over there that I dab it in. Then I rub it real vigorously into this stuff. And it just cleans the fuck out of it right off. There is still a little bit of green left in here. I want to try to get as much of it out because I want to keep this as black as possible. Yet again, I know that I'm going to do a pour over the top of that, but I want that pour to, if there's, areas where it's a little less full, a little bit more dim, that should work well. So just cleaning this brush real quick because it got all of the green inside of it, which I know exciting watching a dude clean a brush because he overdid it on his greens. But I mean, this is kind of the process as far as I understand it. Now, I don't really know anybody that does acrylics that much. I do know a few people who paint But it's mostly oil and watercolors and things like that. More classical styles, and of course, I know quite a few digital painters. I think that's good enough though for my needs. And if not, yet again, that's the joy of painting with acrylics. They're extraordinarily forgiving if you do something dumb. So if you're not happy, just cover back over it and you'll get more texture. And I love that texture a whole lot. Yeah, you gotta rub it vigorously every now and again, Coop. Like, how are you supposed to get any form of joy without some real vigorous rubbing, if you know what I mean? For what it's worth, I did ask the roommates if they wanted to hang out. Hollis may be joining us. I am living with several people who have, very severe, um, physical handicaps, and all of them seem to be in the middle of that handicap zone right now. I'm sure there's better phrasing for that, but Hollis might join us after he takes a shower, sits down for a bit. I don't know. Just to have some more talking going on. I just want to get some real flat acrylic black going on here. Very minimal texture beneath the pour if I can do it. Try to fill in some of these gaps here. There's a little dent that ended up in the canvas that I'm not in love with at all, but like, you know, sometimes shit happens. Look, Hollis always wants to join me with the vigorous rubbing, so, say whatever hell you want. I've got some real strong, vigorous rubbing going on. Who messaged me? Oh, right. Okay, so looking at my other fan brushes, I'm probably going to use this to go back over with the darker green and blue here to make a little bit more texture going on in the hedge. I want to do a little bit of light hits across the top here, maybe with just like half the brush, just to give it, that hedge vibe. Yeah, we all know how that hedge life do, right? So, just little splotches here and there that would make one think of hedges where they have that little bit of trim going on. Um, there are just so many ways to say things that sound kind of wrong, and they are all coming out today, it seems. Um, Man, I'm gonna have to go back over this area, but I do kind of like this kind of rolling texture that's ended up on this side of the canvas. Too much. Sometimes you just gotta know when you're going too hard, and, I went too hard in some of these areas. We want little bitty splotches, not these big old boys that I'm getting in some of the places. But yeah, we're going to go back over the whole thing with a thicker fan brush to get some more of the light green on top and some more of the dark green on bottom. I do love this Celeste soundtrack too. It's definitely chill vibes to do art to. So I'm hoping, and I've seen a few other artists kind of do it this way, though their hands are steadier, so theirs do look a little bit prettier. Uh, but the idea is to go back over all of this with some greens that darker here, lighter up here, and really try to get something unique going on here. So that is my hope. If I fuck it up, I just don't do the port this weekend. I don't know if I should like record the pour or not. I'm going to have to do it outside because it's fucking paint pouring. We don't really need that sort of shit in here. Um, so the colors I need. I want some more green here, obviously. Going to use this little panel over here. Where are my splodgy tools? Because I don't want to leave this gross shit. There are my splodgy tools. Okay. Things I don't want to leave just kind of dripping here. The only thing that should be wet are my viewers. Am I right here, or am I right? I don't know what that means. Anyway, yeah. Get that green out, son. So that the next time that I try to open this, it's not a fight with my paint. Like right now with the yellow. Wait, why am I opening yellow? I need yellow for the top. I need brown for the sides, which I'm doing now. So I'm going to take a little bit of probably should have gotten burnt umber instead of burnt sienna, but I'm just going to mix in a little black with this as well. Boy, that is an appetizing drop right there, let me tell you. I'm going to grab a little bit of black from over here and just twaddle these colors together. See how it looks. If I want to go a little bit darker, you know, I can. But I want to get these, you know, looking like they're in the shade, basically. Might have gotten a little heavier on the black than I needed, but I think this color green says shady to me versus what's already on here. I have this little cup of mineral water over here for me to try to clean things in. Anyway, my idea here is we just kind of dab a bit with this dark gray basically everywhere to try to get, you know, some textures, leave a little bit of, you know, light looking areas. You know, that's just how hedges look, though. So some of them I won't go quite so heavy on. And once we lay that down, I'm going to compare and contrast against the actual hedges and see how that looks. Once I have the color of the hedges kind of where I want them to be, then we'll start on the shield, which will be a little bit more of a definitive thing rather than right here where I'm just kind of carefully spreading around color, trying to make it look like a hedge. I do still want it to be kind of abstract, so like I don't care if it doesn't look like a super real hedge here. Like that's definitely not the idea of what we're going for with these. This is definitely because it's going to be juxtaposed against the poor. The only thing that I want to be very definitive and, kind of real looking is going to be the flag shield that I'm going to put down. I'm going to go as hard as I can on making that as close to life as possible. Oh, that's a big clump that I did not want. Good job, me. The cool thing about these fan brushes is, depending upon if you're like me, you may accidentally clump a little harder because sometimes I'm hitting this canvas way harder than I'm intending. Uh, but they do a pretty good job at kind of making things look a lot more random than they are. And really, that's, at the end of the day, what we're trying to go for here is just that natural look where, everything is a little bit splotchy because, some of these leaves are kind of sticking out and some of them are a little bit further back in. And it's definitely a layered effect that you want to go for here. Make it look like there's little clumps of leaves, because we're not close enough. Considering this is 10 yards, you're not going to see real definition in each leaves. Holy shit. Well, hey. There is no such thing as mistakes, right? It's a little Bob Ross, just happy accidents. We'll make that work. Maybe we'll dab a little bit more light green on top of that area and this area, where I clumped up a little harder than intended. But this is definitely helping to make that, especially against the black, really bring out some texturing in this. I'm real glad this worked out decently. There is, I am sure that people who do this for a living may know techniques that I am not using that may make this better. But I'm pretty happy with this right now. Definitely going to go over some areas with a little bit more light green. But I'm pretty cool. Just a dab will do you most of the time. You don't want to put it all in right away, right? You want to give just a little bit, and then a little bit harder, and then a little bit harder. That's how it works, right? If I were a smart man, I'd get up to go get more paper towels for the cleaning part of this, which needs to be done, but let's see, there's a few areas I want to have a little bit more splodge in. But I think when that dries, I might be kind of happy with it, to be honest. Yeah, I'll do one more hit of light green over this. But I think this gives kind of a, that texture that I was looking for of a little bit shaded. I should probably do that a little bit down here too, right? Where the, because this is all supposed to be in the shadows, yeah? So let's just do it slanted a bit. As if we're just hitting some grass splodges that's in the shadow. This we can, do some sweeps with, since it is grass that we're looking at down here. Yeah, that's not bad. I'm kind of for it here. Yeah, let's even this out so it looks like a line. So it matches a bit with our grass down there, but that gives a little bit of that shaded feel. Yeah, I'm good with that. If we were smart men, we'd still be glued to our computers, but we'd be looking at like stocks and shit. I mean, I guess Pi is, but not me. That's for damn sure. Where did I put my phone? Because I wanted to check how this looks against the image. There it is. It's under my brushes. So, okay, like looking at the hedges. Yeah, we definitely need to hit up a few areas with some lighter after we do the top. Just kind of do a slantwise as we go through that. That should work, yeah. So, um, for the top up here, I just need a little bit of green. Sans! I know, buddy. My laptop's in your seat. Let me push it back for you a little. See if that'll work for you, okay? GameStop crashed again today. Awesome. I know that it like went double at some point today. So to hear it crash one more time, that's just great. We don't need much of this color. You don't like that at all, huh? I'm sorry. I'll give you back your chair when I'm done. Promise. Alright, try to get this yellow cap off again. Nothing like dried acrylics to make your caps stick. Alright. Too much yellow, but you know what? If I have to mix in more green with it and waste a little bit, oh no, I wasted some color. Get all of this shit off of my scraper. It's interesting to think about that Hestia taking over should have caused these stocks to hit zero, but instead the reverse happened. I mean, I literally know nothing about this, the Hestia company. I know you're just talking from the standpoint of gods and whatnot, but from a stonk standpoint, I know nothing about this parent company. Actually, I think that green came out better than I expected. So, should I go real thick on this, or fuck it. Let's go thick on this top up here. We're just gonna do crosshatch dabs up here. I think we could actually go a little bit more yellow on this, to be honest with you. Doesn't look bad, but yeah, we really want to do that sunshine effect here, right? So let's get a little bit more yellow into there. I could potentially do a little bit of orange. as well to add to glow of it, but let's just try these for now and see where that gets us. So, a little bit more yellow to the green. No, I do not want to drop paint on the floor if I can help it. Like, I don't expect to actually get my deposit back from this place, but to not owe when I leave would be nice, so, minimizing damages is definitely on my list, though I have to imagine they'll replace the carpet here anyway when we leave. GameStop was down 300 in gross sales for the year before, losing out to... Yeah. I can't imagine it being easy being a physical store these days with how much Amazon has in the game right now. They are dominating sales for most products at this point. Um, and I know a lot of people hate that, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of don't mind having a centralized area where I get all of my things from. So, cool by me. I do wish you would pay your employees what they fucking deserve and let them pee where they want. Because that shit seems important. Trying to give a bit of a rolling effect to the top of these hedges, because, there's no such thing as a perfectly manicured edge, right? So it's gonna kind of go up and down, but leave this same texture to this as I can. The one thing I like about streams, since I can't go out and physically be social right now and all that happy shit, this kind of gives me a way to actually, like, talk to human beings, which is something I don't get to do a lot anymore. I mean, I guess I do at work, but, you know, how much can I really want to talk about that? Oh, how did I do that? Oh, fuck me. Well, I'll paint over that in black later. I've got my black out anyway, I might as fucking well. Get a little bit of that roll going on. Sha. Can he save it? Maybe not. I don't know. Like, from that, yeah, I don't know how strongly I am feeling these bushes, and maybe it's because it's not dry yet. I don't entirely know, but I'll get back to that once it's a little bit more dry. Go over it with the thick brush. So I just want, in some of these areas that I made too dark, just liven it up a little with a little bit more pop green, just in little areas, because the dark green should be there, but not in big, strong splotches, you know? I did utilize way too much paint in both of my mixes here, but I ain't mad. Oh no, I wasted like $6 worth of paint. Probably way less than that, actually. More like $3. Not a big deal in the whole thing of it, since, this is, for me, still about learning in a lot of ways about what works and what doesn't. So, you get there by practice, and sometimes you fail, sometimes you make something awesome, right? I think this painting, honestly, is really going to come down to the pour that I'm planning to do this weekend, though. I just want to clean up one thing over to this side, get a little bit more of that grass effect going on there. Okay, cool. Um, let's juxtapose this, because that's... Nope, come on. Get some more of that dark green on this side. Like, is it a wee bit splotchy? Yeah, but I mean, that's also acrylic painting, right? Is all about that splotch life. Yeah, a matter of trying to even out and make things semi-realistic. And if you mix in bits here and there, that's fine too. You're allowed to experiment. Let's see, I want to get just like little bits of some dark green in this top here. Nothing like I've got down at the bottom, but just some dabs here. Tiny little dabs. No such thing as mistake, just happy little occurrences here. You know how it be. I think it'll really help stand out as well once I start on the shield to give this a sort of depth that might be missing otherwise to understand where the angles come in with this hedge, to make it obvious that this is the top and this is a shaded side. Yeah, no, take a break, dude. If you've been up 22 hours, there's way better things you can do than listen to my dumbass talk about paint. As much as I enjoy talking about it, it's very low on the list of life needs. All right, so just gonna cover up my little mistake here. This may take a coat or two to fully get this covered, but hey, we're in this for the long run, ultimately. Yeah, I think if I do some long strokes up the side as well, that should cover up my splotch. Get some long strokes going up here. Just try to get this, a little balanced. And then swipe it so that it mixes in with the rest of everything else. It is still fairly obvious there's a bit of a line going up and down here. Maybe I need to be a little bit more heavy-handed with this stroke. Yet again, I know phrasing, but still. Heavy is the hand that strokes the black paint? Question mark. I feel like every time that I try to even that out by making sure this goes with the flow, that I'm bringing that line just out harder. Maybe if I just dab up the line. Oh, that's not good. That's going to dry stupid. As we sit here and listen to the Celeste soundtrack, which, oddly enough, I have on vinyl with no vinyl player. So, kind of makes sense. Useless. I mean, especially when you can listen to it literally for free anytime on the internet. Because the developers wanted people to have access where they can. You're paying for the game, but, enjoy the experience anytime. Unless you want it on physical media like vinyl. I mean, that's good marketing in the first place, right? Alright. I'm gonna call that all pretty good there. So, the next thing that I need to do is do the banner, which is going to be... There's a very specific UGA shield that I want, and I put the image somewhere on my phone. Let me just see if I can find it. There it is. So, this is the image in concept. So, I'm going to have a line basically coming in both ways, probably like right in the middle. We'll lay down some black first, and then make, this line up here the black. Maybe get a little bit of a gray crease here to show, it arcing down, and then we'll work on the G itself. So, this is going to be probably the most difficult part for me of the entire painting. But no time like the present, right? Let's just fucking get into it. Going to clean up my brush a bit here. Get some of this black out, because we need to lay down a base coat for the underside of this here. Just trying to get all of the gunk out of this brush. Because we're going pretty hard on this, so... no reason to try to treat this part gently. Let me get a little bit more of that mineral oil. One more dip, and then we'll get started on the banner section. definitely a lot of cleaning to do here. Gosh, it is so much junk up in this trunk, but I want to get as much of it out as humanly possible. I don't want to get too much of this in my white. Might have helped to have scraped off the top of my cleaner down there, but you know. Tis what it is. Alright, we're gonna get some of our gesso here. Um, this basically will allow us to get a nice separation of color. So let's get cracked. Son of a bitch. That's going to be annoying to fix. I'm making it worse. Let's let that dry, and then we'll get back to that. I have definitely shown how strong my capabilities are tonight, eh? Let's see. So it's about here where the banner will start. And kind of go over to here. It's okay that the green is, you know, merging in a wee bit. I'm not too fucked about that, to be honest with you. This is just our base. Using it to make a nice seal over the less colors so that our black, as we move forward, stands out more. God, it's like I've been reading art or something lately. So, the shield basically comes down to a point. So we need to make a very strong point down at the bottom here. Let's see, so it'll be about here. And let's see, so this will be a straight line down, a little bit of curve here. We want to do the same for the other side, so let's get a bit of wee more of that sealant here. Get that finish going the way we want it. Let's see, get about the same arc here to this side. The banner will come down like this. And then curve in. So I think that's, let's see, maybe we could go a little bit lower here. I kind of feel like that works out pretty well here. I don't want you to drip all over everything, so picking up some of that dark green now. Like I said before, this is just a seal at the moment, so I'm not terribly worried about that. Though before I dip it in it, I want to just, you know, get rid of some of these gross color. Alright. So, we seal in this. Let's see, a little bit of that splotch there. Let's fix that up some. Very good. Oh, this track fucking slaps. Listen to that shit. Hopefully, you're hearing this as well as I am right now, because, man, this is, fuel at the moment to me. So, a lot of this is going to come down to the detail, um, on this part, honestly. Since this is going to be the focal point, we want to make this as strong as possible, you know? I like the way that looks for now, so let's let that dry. That'll be where our shield goes. Where is the top of my gesso? There it is. Cool. Okay, so gotta fix where I dripped a bit of that white. That shouldn't be too hard though. I've got some greens already, so I just need to take this brush, this very pointy fellow. Doesn't matter that it's got a little bit of green on it already. So this is what I'll utilize here. Look, I'll eat dinner when I'm dead. No, when I have time. So fill this in with just some streaks. And then draw over this with the lighter gray. Let's get some more light green in here so we don't have a weird muddy patch in our picture. And hey, that's pretty nice. I don't think you can really tell that I fucked that up, especially when it dries. While I'm here, I might as well add a little bit of green to areas that I think are a little muddier than I'd like. Get some of that yellowy green goodness in here. We do want, still some of that muddiness in here. That's still important. I did want to go back over this with a little bit more of the light green too, didn't I? Yeah, before we get on the banner, let's hit this edge up. Hey, dude.
Hey, how's it going?
Alright.
Who's watching you paint?
Coop was, but, he had to go to sleep. So, I've got at least one lurker. I think Pi is in there as well. So, somebody at least listening to my soothing voice.
Bob Rossian.
Yep. That's what they said. Like Bob Ross's portly older brother. Younger brother?
Yeah, I think we're younger than Bob Ross.
Nah. I just usually think the younger brother as being the more handsome, and I am never going to ever state that I am more handsome than Bob Ross. So if you... That fell over. I'm very sorry. Alright, so first of all, we just need to get black down here. Now, I don't think that's dry enough for us to apply the black to yet, actually. Um, though I do want a little bit of it in that fold here, so actually I don't think that would be a horribly bad idea to blend together, and we can paint over it a few times. We just want a nice, happy black banner. I feel like I have to use the word happy a lot. It's just, second nature when you're painting.
Happy little shrubs.
It is a happy little shrub.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much I like this shrub. Like, it's acrylic, so it's going to be splotchy regardless. And I guess that's part of the idea, really. Since it's supposed to be kind of far away. But still. There's part of me like, you could have done it. Like, fucking maybe. It's not like I'm going to try to sell this off, though.
Right. But on the flip side, you also want to do your best for your family.
Yeah. Whether or not Jerry decides to hang this up is purely up to him. I'm not going to be, like, angry if he doesn't. Because this is literally something I decided to do on a whim without ever consulting him. Maybe I should call him Walker on stream, since, that's the closest he has to an internet handle.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good call.
Yeah, maybe, but also... Like... I don't know who's listening right now, but whether or not they care... Who knows?
I feel it's best common practice to, if you're interacting with the internet at all, to use someone's internet name.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I admit that I have like 8 internet names.
Yes, you do, TV Dinner.
I'm trying to just have one now. I'm trying to get used to the idea of just having one.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I grew up in a... frowned upon that.
So, which one you sticking with on Chrysmatic?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I mean, makes a lot of sense to me, Literate Fishman.
I feel like now you're just mocking me.
I don't know any of your other screen names to
Yesterday's
mock.
bad guy.
Yesterday's bad guy, yeah.
I am in all places and no places simultaneously. Or I am King Lurker.
You can't kill that doesn't actually exist, right? I wouldn't label you as evil, I think. Okay, fair. The great thing about acrylic as a media as well is, it does take a little while to dry, but not super long. And I've been wondering to myself as well whether I want to try to freehand the G or try to make myself a stencil. I might try to make a stencil while this black dries. I will need to go back over this black again with a little bit of white. Maybe I'll drop some pearlescence in there too, just to get it look like a crease. We don't want this, like, all the one shade, because, it's not how light works. So I want to make it a little bit lighter shade up here and down there. Here I'm just going to spread this a little bit. I do want it to, solidify up. Get this on real thick, so it looks like an object that physically exists on top of this bush, And I think we're getting there. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh, Lord. Just get that real fucking thick-ass black going on. Try to make something cool happen here. And hey, if nothing comes out of this whole stream, I've learned something. That I don't know how to stage. No, getting the right coloring and diffidence and everything really does help. I think I'm gonna go back over this and try to use some of that light green to try to make a little bit of a obvious where the hedge starts and the grass begins, Get this up there and just make a little line here, really, where this begins. I bet I could do a little bit more of this light green up here too, right? Because we want this to be a very obvious top here with the sun sparking against it. It's why I tried not to get my yellow too mixed in here. I want some of that, some yellow highlights to pop out from time to time, and so some areas will have a little bit more yellow mixed in than others. I think that's really cool. For those of you sticking with me here and listening, even though maybe this isn't the most entertaining stream, ever recorded, I'm glad. Hey, somebody's watching. certainly it's not new to say that things feel very separated out during this whole pandemic thing, right? But I mean, it really do. So, even the two or three people listening makes a difference, to me at least. Clean up this top a little bit again. So I may actually call this in a little bit. Give it a few more minutes. Try to get started on this portion a little bit, but yeah, it's taken a long time for a lot of it to dry, so it's not the most exciting thing. In fact, since I made this part so deep here, yeah, that's going to take a fair amount of time to dry. Marilyn, hey, how's it going, buddy? So, wow, this is actually really hard to tell with how the light is striking it. Like, I didn't realize how it looked on stream. Because to look at this, like, eye level on, this is all black. So if I ever do this again, I think I have to rethink the lighting. And I really need to, at the very least, clean up the black that's covering that one spill I did. So I'll handle that now anyway. You be alive, huh? Were you not alive earlier today? I mean, other than, sleeping on your day off? I wonder if I move this a little bit, if I'll get a better camera angle on this, since in the way that it's currently filming, it's making this look real weird. And not how it looks in the real life. Because, shiny black. Heck yeah, get that sleep in on your day off. Okay, so let's see. If I move this a little bit, so this is where the banner is going to be, right in here. I tried to get a little bit of lemony yellow up on top here, and this a little bit darker to look more like, you know, it's getting light reflecting off it. Alive is overrated. I don't know, I like being alive a little bit. I mean, just a little. Yeah, I'm gonna, before I call this, do one more hit. It's gonna clean this brush off a wee bit. And get some more yellow on the very top of this bush. I think that'll work out well for everyone. And then I'll probably call it a stream after I try to get a bit more vibrant yellow into that bush top. I feel like I'm already fucking up my fan brush a wee bit with the way I'm cleaning it. Yeah, that's not it's not fanning, is it? No, that actually kind of works for what I need. Gonna spread that a wee bit. Your battery is running low. Excuse me? Where did the power go? Oh, Sans, you don't do what you did the other day, Travis. Okay. When Sans jumped up here, she must have knocked the power out of here. Let's not have a repeat of Monday, eh? How is Sir Peter? I, tell him I miss his face. Think I've sent him a few messages on the Discord, but I don't think he is much of a Discord boy, which is cool. I know he is getting out a little bit more, whereas, until I get my shot, I am very much indoor boy. You know, I actually kind of like. I want to do some more green over top this, but just taking this and doing a spread here is actually working pretty good for me. I'm gonna go back over this and dab some more green on, but I think that yellow is really helping to differentiate the top of the bush with the side. Well, I'm glad to hear that, buddy. Once the borders open again, I will be up there to annoy you once again. That is my sworn duty to annoy as many of my friends as often as is humanly possible. Do some lighter green on top here. Yeah. And then I'll just dab back in some dark green again. Try to make these hedges real obvious. We have the stream up on the PS4. Well, that's cool. I can annoy the both of you remotely now. Hooray. Though I don't think I'm going to do the stream much longer. It's been a really fascinating day with a whole lot of meetings. You know how much I absolutely adore meetings, right? Just my favorite. So, this Celeste soundtrack is really doing a lot for my vibes at the moment, I'll tell you that much. I really gotta get myself a record player, because having the record of this and not listening to it is just too sad. Never had a reason to own one before, though. I mean, I went from iPod. Well, I went from CD Walkman. I think I actually had, for a short period, the original Walkman too, now that I think about it. But that was way back in the day, so went from CD Walkman to Walkman. Or, yeah, tape, regular Walkman to CD Walkman to iPod to phone. Okay. So, here it be as it is right now. Um, so the idea is, woo! Hi! Hope you enjoyed that fall. Sans, buddy, I know. What's up, baby? Yeah? You want your chair back where my laptop is? Hi. Anyway, these are red and white ready to pour paints. I'm going to be utilizing these along with some black to have drips going down. It's going to cover entirely this top and then drip down over the hedges. Here, in where there's a big black void in the middle of this hedge, is going to be a banner, the shield as I call it, for UGA. Okay, so I don't know how to film myself. um, yeah, I think since everything just fell over that I need to use, I'm going to call it now, and yeah, but yeah, glad to have had Coop and Pi and you join me here tonight for a little casual stream for the funsies. Get an hour and a half of fun out of it. And I'll continue to post in the chat about, progress on this overall. So I'll keep everyone posted. As always, have a good night and a pleasant tomorrow.